Hey guys, what's good? You are watching the Best Damn Comic Show, episode 16.
16?
I'm Gian Perez. With me as always, Mr. Cat Jerkon here at DJ's Universal Comics in wonderful Studio City, California.
It's sunny outside. The rain's kind of seemed to gone.
We're getting up into the 70 degrees today, so it's nice outside. Fun time to not be in the park enjoying the sun, but here at the comic store. But anyways, Cat, we're getting ready for a comic show this week.
Yes, that's Sunday.
When this video comes out,
the season
it's
just
con
started.
season, yeah.
I mean, you got Your Belinda.
That's happening the same day, right?
Yeah, Your Belinda's the same day. They're a California Comic Con, I believe, is put on by Terry's Comics, and that's CGC's first tour of the year, so they're going to be there. So if you guys are local and if you want to submit to CGC...
by the time this comes out, it's going to be too late.
Yeah. But... yeah, you got that, and then you got us, Pasadena.
Yep, Pasadena Comic Con this weekend. We're gonna I'm gonna try to film some stuff and see what we can get there. It gets a little hectic at times, but we have nice little lulls on occasion. But my brain's fried. I've been in my storage all freaking week trying to organize stuff, and Kat just told me I've been doing everything wrong.
It's not that it's wrong. I don't know how you guys do it, but again, I remember the days when I would, when I would shift my boxes to put everything in, and I got to the point to honestly, once I started owning the business or running a business, I'm like, I don't have time to shift. So now every short box or long box, mostly short boxes because they're easier to handle. Everything in that box is alphabetized. I do it by Marvel, DC, and Independent, and I do everything alphabetical and numerical. And now the problem is I don't catalog the boxes, but at least each box is alphabetical and organized.
Has some sort of organization.
Has some sort of and I plan to, and again, we don't get anything from them. And if they catch us and they watch this show, we love you guys. Not catch in a bad way, but if they happen to catch this show, CLZ. I mean, CLZ is one of the best apps out there for your comic book organizing. It's great, and you can use it for inventory, for whatever. I mean, they're great guys. I always communicate with them, and they're really good group. But check it out. But that'll be your best friend too. So time saving. Stop doing box to box. Just each short, once you fill it, organize that. However you catalog it. That way you save time.
Absolutely.
Because it's otherwise you can just.
Yeah, the biggest tip I could get you is keep up with it too. When you get new books, file them away right away, because then you won't have to deal with all this mess. You know what I mean? That's the big issue. If you get 5 books a week or whatever, and you file them away right away,
you're good. But
because you don't have to go through. Like right now, I guess I got like 10,000 books in my storage right now.
And your wife hasn't kicked you out yet?
Well, they're in the storage, so
okay.
yeah. She was getting ready because I was stashing them all over the house, like doing one. Listen, Jana, I need you to get this shit out of the house.
There's not even.
I
need you to get this shit out.
I got no closet space for the towels. I can't. You
don't need a towel. Don't worry about it. Just air dry.
You got short boxes underneath the stove. Where am I supposed to put the pots? So had to get a storage. But yeah, guys, get on it. But anyways, last week, did we have a pretty good week reading wise?
And there's been a lot of good stuff.
Nothing popped spec wise.
No, nothing on the secondary market or anything like that crazy, but just good solid reads. We had I had on top you have Marvel Comics Presents #1 came out.
That's right.
And the Captain America story, it was great, and great solid stories all around. And you have a new Wolverine story. I mean, I don't know how it's going to tie into the rest of the stuff, but I feel like the Captain America story has a first appearance.
Oh.
The little girl on the motorcycle, I feel like we might see her down the line.
Okay.
I mean, she could be a nomad. She could be some character that they need to attach a name to. That they need a character. They need a person to fill that name.
Right.
So, and it was solid. I believe it was Greg Land artwork. So it was good.
That was good. I like his covers.
Yeah, I liked Invaders #1. Real solid. Right off the Avengers Namor Defenders of the Deep storyline and the Best Defenders. Winter Soldier 1 and 2, they've been really solid. There's been a lot of Fantastic Four with Doom and I mean it's there's been, it's been 3 weeks of nothing but solid books. Even Man Without Fear. I mean, it's a weekly book, but the deconstruction of Matt Murdock, the fear, deconstruction of the fear, and now building it up. I mean, it's great stuff. So yeah, it's been a lot of good stuff. And this week, man, this past Wednesday we had Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's
the new
man,
trailer.
that thing was again. Donny Cates, I've been all like Donny Cates train this, that, choo. We haven't heard much. It's been, his Marvel Knights hasn't really caught on. I don't know when number 6 comes on next week, so we'll see what the whole hoopla is.
Yeah, the never-ending connecting
variant,
Jesus.
But this Guardians of the Galaxy, oh my goodness, really, really good. Immortal Hulk, man. If you guys are not reading Immortal Hulk, you're missing the train. And plus, you had Marvel starts their.
Speaking of Immortal Hulk, I got a number 1.
It's number 2 though.
Number 2's the hot one.
That number 2's the hot one.
Why are you shitting on my hopes and dreams, man?
I'm just saying, bro. Actually, the one that
number 1 sold out too.
And everything sold out. But the one thing is that Avengers No Surrender storyline where he first appears. I forget the number 6.
It's like 684.
674. Yeah, that's the one that's taken off because that's the first appearance. Of
I got
Immortal
that one
Hulk.
too.
There's so much good shit. Even DC, I really liked Young Justice. I mean, it was a fun book. There was Freedom Fighters. I'm loving. I mean, again, I keep saying Robert Venditti, is solid. I mean, he was given lemons with the 52 with Hal Jordan, and he made lemonade out of it. And it was a really solid read by the end of the day. So it's good times, It's a lot of good books out on the table,
I actually read a book this week from a couple weeks ago. So Ed Brubaker and is it Sean Phillips?
Oh, Criminal
came back out with their Criminal, which is if you guys aren't familiar, it's like pulp kind of crime noir stuff, and it takes place all within the same universe, but different time era, and it bounces around. Like this one takes place in the 70s. He just got out of jail. Some of it takes his kids. The character's name is Lawless, and it's not always Lawless, but this one is Teague Lawless. He's been in 2 or 3 of the titles already. Right. Really good start. I'm a big fan of it. These books, on a speculation.
The original run had some buzz. I think they were talking about a TV show or something.
Right, there were talks about it.
But as soon as that dies, and that's the thing with that secondary market, with the independent market, movie, TV deal, show spikes up. If you don't get rid of it, then Walking Dead is not going to happen again. I'll tell you this, guys, right now. I know everybody's chasing it, but it's not. It's going to be it's going to be tough to find that next Walking Dead on the indie market.
Preacher's been a solid show, but it hasn't really.
It's not really the comic book.
Right, exactly. It hasn't popped off.
And it's 10 years too late, or however long.
Right.
However long, it's too late.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. But it's a solid read. Ed Brubaker's one of my favorite writers, and if you're into the criminal, crime noir kind of stuff, it's a real cool book to check out. Just another, the latest edition in the chapter, and if you want to get your hands on the older trades, I highly recommend the title. And I rarely talk about reading stuff, so just wanted to throw that out there. What do we got this week? What do you got?
I mean, again, I looked.
It's the last.
Again, it's a 5-week month.
5 Wednesday, so we always
say. The first week was kind of mellow. But they killed us with the second and third week. This week, kind of mellow, solid titles. Like I was saying this past week, we had Guardians, Immortal Hulk, a few things. And next week is more of the same, just not a lot, but there's a lot of solid books.
Right.
I got a DC. I got Detective 997, and again, you're building up to 1,000. The last couple of issues, actually the last 3 issues they're sold out at DC. Right. They're doing second prints. 96, 95, 96, you had the death of Leslie Thompson, and then Alfred gets stabbed, and then Batman goes into Arkham and just beats the living daylight out of some of these guys.
Now, are you liking Detective or Batman more?
I remember because we've talked about Tom King, but I was always mentioning Detective. It's that
right.
I feel like Detective gives me a better flow story wise than with the Batman, because again, Batman's a 100-story arc, and you can tell that, okay, what am I doing to get to that 100?
He's kind of spreading himself out.
And it's fine, but, Detective's been pretty solid. I got Heroes in Crisis number 5 with question marks, and that's because it's a great book to look at. I still don't understand what the fuck is going on. I mean, what's the crisis? I mean, it's like, I feel like I've read the story back with Brian Meltzer during the first Identity Crisis, and then it feels like they're pulling, Tom King's pulling stuff out of Mark Waid's run with Morris and with Porter when Batman had the drop on everybody.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it's pretty to look at.
Sounds convoluted.
But it's too much talking. And then I have Teen Titans Annual #1. I've talked about Adam's run with Bernard. We don't have Bernard doing the art I believe. It's somebody else that's, it's a good solid artist.
The annuals too, it's not the main writer, right? They
usually with this one is Adam.
Oh, okay.
But what you're having in this annual, so not only you have Damian going with Red Hood because whatever the story, he feels betrayal, whatever, but you also have the first appearance of Joystick from the Teen Titans Go universe. They're bringing them into mainstream. Adam's bringing them into mainstream. So I don't know. I mean, as of today, the book's still available. I don't know. I don't remember what I ordered. I put another reorder for 10 more. But again, watch out for that.
I don't watch the cartoon, so I'm not really familiar with
Joystick. What I believe was a villain.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I watched it, and this is not the current incarnation. This is the previous incarnation. Right. Still the kid-looking thing, but
Harley.
But Quinn, it's a first appearance.
Harley Quinn was made specifically for Batman animated adventures.
And look at where she is now.
Exactly. So you never know. Pick it up if you got the extra couple bucks. Marvel.
A lot of books, quite a few books, but I got a handful right now. I'm looking at Age of X-Men Alpha #1. I don't know how the hell I missed mentioning Uncanny X-Men Annual this past Wednesday. The Return of Cyclops, man, phenomenal. Like I said, Marvel's putting these young writers, indie writers that grew up with these characters,
right,
and they're breathing a hell of new life in these characters, and they're giving us some solid things. I don't know who wrote the annual, but it was solid. I mean, and you got the Kid Cable, because they killed New Mutants 98 Cable. So now you have this young Kid Cable.
Cable can't catch a break. He's always
Dude,
dying.
I love this Kid Cable.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, my God. He's a badass little mofo. I think he's more badass than the Cable 98, New Mutants 98 Cable. You know what I mean? It's just, and again, you have a new crop of writers breathing life in these characters. And now you got Cyclops and the return. I mean, it's such a clever return of Cyclops, and it makes sense.
Right.
It plays in, and I mean, you can tell because these are the same guys that worked on Return of Phoenix and almost everything that had to do with X-Men. These guys collaborated.
Yeah.
Look,
some continuity to it.
I haven't got excited over Return of somebody because again, they kill somebody and give them 5 years, they'll bring him back. The last time I was pissed off about a death was when Lobdell killed Colossus. It was that storyline was such a waste of freaking time. I mean, literally, a hero sacrifices. How about the villain, like Pyro, that's dying? He's been a villain all his life. Let him freaking take the serum and make himself. But no, they killed Colossus. They burned his ashes. Somebody must have hated Colossus at the time. Years later, Joss Whedon, beautiful story arc when they returned him. It made so much sense. It was great. Cyclops, almost on par with that storyline,
right.
Really solid read if you're an X-Men fan. But you got Age of X-Men Alpha, like I said, I don't know, Zach Thompson, Lonnie
X-Men from Age of Apocalypse?
Well, it's X-Men from the current run, X-Men that, because he does something at the end of 10, so they're doing, I guess, kind of a take on Age of Apocalypse, but it's Age of X-Men. So that's #1, and then it will probably definitely continue the X-Men books with Cyclops. Now, the way it ends, Cyclops has to find his X-Men.
Okay.
So I'm loving it. I'm loving the X books. I've been talking a lot about Ta-Nehisi Coates on Captain America, and like I said, again, given what the circumstances are, I mean, I was always on the fence. Like, come on, is it going to get political? Is it going to get this? No. Straight out. So far, the first 6 issues have been phenomenal with Ta-Nehisi Coates and Captain America. But this issue #7, we have...
7 or 9?
No, it's issue 7, I believe. No, it's #7. I'm not.
I read it wrong.
Me being wrong is very, very minimal. But as of this issue, you have Adam Kubert joining the team. man, and we all know who Adam Kubert is, and he's been a long time Marvel artist. Then he moved over to DC. Now he's back on Marvel. But I'm looking forward to this book. You got Ta-Nehisi Coates doing the story. You got Adam Kubert doing the artwork. And you got covers by Alex Ross. Like, you can't go wrong with this book. You really can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. I've been loving Rosenberg. I mean, everything he's done, and this is one of the guys behind the X-Men revitalization too. But his Punisher is amazing. I mean, I just finished watching season 2 of the Punisher, and oh my God, it's like I'm reading the comic. I'm watching the show. It's like it's Frank doing what Frank does best. Just kill, don't worry about it. Just kill, and I'll deal with you later. But if you guys haven't read his run, definitely is worth reading, especially going to when Frank had he started when Nick Fury gave Frank the War Machine suit. So it's been great. My last one for Marvel, and again there's a few others, but the one that I really enjoyed was that X-Force #1. You got X-Force #2 coming out, and again it's Ed Brisson. And he's the one that wrote Uncanny X-Men Annual. Again, these guys probably grew up loving the X-Men, loving the Claremont Byrne run, whatever, and man, I'm liking, like I said, I'm really liking this Kid Cable. And you have him, Deathlock, and the original, the Hickman, I guess is the Hickman and the Opena X-Force.
Oh, yeah.
Solid book. Art, a lot of people are like, oh, the art this. You know what? Yes, it's a little bit, but give it a chance. It's a solid, it's a solid read. But again, 5th week in January, so those are my picks.
It's a pretty good 5th week.
No, it is. And there's a few indies too that are worth noting, but again, I don't have the time, so and I know like I gotta give some time to them, but it's just right now it's been too crazy, especially with shows and everything else. But yeah, there's a lot of good things coming on next week.
For me this week, variants, I got 5 of them for you. Got Batgirl 31 by Art Germ. Art Germ puts a spin on Batgirl. Big fan of his. He's got a nice little cult following. Obviously,
is this his second Batgirl, or has he done Batgirl before?
I'm not sure,
because I was looking on eBay. It's already gone like $5.
Oh, there you go. I mean, it's probably gonna be a lower print run too, because it's a different,
But it's Argem, so I don't know.
So maybe not. It might be hype.
But still, it looks freaking beautiful.
It's a great cover. God. And then Wonder Woman 63 got Hirohime Shirahama, another kind of anime manga look to Wonder Woman. I don't know if we've seen her like that before.
Pretty cool.
It's good. I'm actually a fan of his. I have a lot of his variants from his Batgirl and Batgirl Birds of Prey variants.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, he did a lot of that stuff. He's got a cool style to him, so something to check out. I believe both of those are already sold out at most distributors. Then Captain America #7. There's a Phil Noto, and they've been doing this every week now.
Yeah.
The 80th anniversary of Marvel.
Supposed to make one big picture.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Well, this one is the one I like because it's got all the late 80s and early 90s X-Men characters on it. And for some reason, you got Venom in the background, Captain America, and War Machine, and like that. They don't really fit in to the. But the rest of it, maybe you know.
Well, I was going to interject that you mentioned Venom. 2 variants last week, and these were when we talked about them, but these were qualifying variants. So and the qualifying percentage was super high.
Really?
Super high. We're talking about the Crypt of Shadows and the Warren's Hell, the 2 variants.
Oh yeah.
Dude, the Crypt of Shadows on it's Venom, hugging the headstone. That's what, $15-$20. The other one's Captain America and Wolverine, and that one's pushing $10-$12.
Oh, I had no idea.
But again, they're qualifying variants. The ratio on those 2 variants was 200%, and a lot of deals are like, and again, it was against the title like Avengers, which everybody sells it through the roof.
Right.
Nobody's gonna match those numbers, so it's pretty. So I don't know if there's any of those. I don't know if you looked at Midtime, so I don't know if there's any Young Guns variants coming out this week, but that might be something to watch out for. But remember, they're qualifying variants.
Take a look into it, guys. Then there's another one that came out this week. Marvel's continuing with their horror books.
They're good.
Journey into the Unknown. Superlog. It's another retro-looking cover. So it looks like one of these old 1950s, 1960s horror covers. Real nice, but something to pick up as well. It's not a ratio variant. And then finally, X-Force #2. It's Jerome Opina, Conan versus Villains variant. This one's probably my favorite one so far. It's him versus Apocalypse. And Jerome Opina has been real high over the past year or two.
Dude, that guy's... I mean, his run on Uncanny X-Force, I was just flipping through some of that run, and it's like, he's so beautiful. And it's the same team on 7 to Eternity, and I hear, I mean, it's beautiful. I just haven't had time to read it. I hear that read is solid too.
Remender.
But yeah.
So, anyways, if you can pick these up, man, these are my picks of the week. I don't know if anything's gonna pop, but got some real nice looking stuff out there. But that's gonna do it for us. You know the drill. Smash that like button, leave comments, let us know what you think, and we'll see you next time. Kat, take us away.
Hey guys, support your local comic book store. The numbers are down. I mean, it sucks. Readers are disappearing. I mean, these publishers, and I want to talk about this, but publishers are not helping us. They're not helping the product. They're not doing advertising. They're not letting people know that comics exist. You know, it's not about advertising the brand. It's about advertising the product. So we have an uphill battle. So make sure you guys go in, support print, support your local comic book store, pick up your books, so that way we don't want to see the stuff disappear in the next 5, 10, 15 years
Spread the word.
Just because, you know, they don't want to put the money behind advertising. You know, I know it sucks and we have to do our job, but you know what? Get a kid hooked on comics. You know, stop hating comics. You know, stop hating on everything. Just read, support, be positive. It's a new year. You know, let's keep this train going.
Take your kids to the local show. Take your nephew. Take your niece. Take your cousins. You know, just
read.
Give them the books.
See you guys next time.